Diversity, equity, and inclusion has come into much sharper focus in the last 3 years, following the murder of George Floyd and the ensuing Black Lives Matter protests. And while there has definitely been some progress, the real work on DE&I feels like it's just beginning. An upcoming report from Bridge, which fosters diversity, equity, and inclusion throughout the workplace, says the marketing industry is roughly 20 years behind U.S. Census data. That's a staggering number. And if things don't improve, the entire marketing industry might start to feel like it's out of touch. Aside from the 20-year gap with the U.S. Census, there are other, more discouraging signs. The 2023 Revelio Labs report found that DEI-focused jobs experienced a 40% churn rate compared to 24% for non-DEI roles. Perhaps more troubling, an ANA study found a significant gap between the interest marketers have in working with diverse suppliers and the actual level of investments. According to the research, 56% of respondents indicated that interest in supporting diverse suppliers is on the rise, but just 38% of diverse suppliers indicated that they received increased investments from the marketing advertising communities in 2022. When you see disparities like that, you can't help but wonder if companies are reverting back to the status quo and are happy to leave their diversity pledges in the rearview mirror. That's not a good look, especially for brands that are so dependent on authenticity to drive loyalty and consumer engagement. On a recent episode of Champions of Growth, I was joined by Cheryl Daha, founder and CEO of Bridge, and Deidre Smalls-Landau, U.S. CMO and Executive Vice President of Business Equity at Media Brands. The duo offered some sound advice on how the marketing industry can spur legitimate change. They made 3 recommendations. Number 1, have a real conversation. Take the fear out of DE&I and move the narrative from philosophy to business practices. UM's recent Future Impact study shows that when a brand embodies all 3 values of integrity, equity, and sustainability, there is a 75% increase in purchase intent among consumers. Number 2, break down the silos. Real change happens when business leaders, marketing leaders, and diversity leaders each intersect with one another. Communication among all 3 departments is mission critical, and companies must rethink existing business structures to create more inclusive environments. Number 3, take an holistic and more proactive approach. Efforts at diversity, equity, and inclusion have to thread throughout the entire company rather than just having one champion. Without support from the C-suite on down, the mission will be easily drowned out. When it comes to DE&I commitments, it's not a question of resources. Rather, it's a lack of will to challenge conventional wisdom, recruit new talent, and reconfigure how we work with suppliers. Don't just check the boxes with diversity. Driving diversity is not a mad dash to the finish line, but finding ways to make it part of the day-to-day operation. Companies will have to work harder and be more rigorous in defining just what diversity, equity, and inclusion looks like. Companies need to know who they are and who they aren't. They have to make sure there's a connection between what they say and what they do, because the marketplace, and younger generations in particular, will see right through the lip service. You can't play pretend. And on an issue as important to the industry as diversity, equity, and inclusion, why would you? For the ANA Champions of Growth podcast, I'm Matthew Schwartz.